In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up SKU Now remember, the first thing is when you go ahead and go to SKU you want to get it linked to your SKUGrid account so you don't pay for it separately. You can sign in with SKU then it's going to ask you for payment information. Go ahead and click on that and then link it to your SKUGrid payment information, and then it will see that you are paying for SKUGrid and this will be free for you. Now the next thing that you want to do is we want to go ahead and set up a workspace. A workspace is basically you're going to set up one workspace for each supplier that you use. Okay, so in this instance I'm going to use Walmart as an example. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and create a workspace, and I've created one over here. It says eBay US Walmart because I'm going to be dropshipping on eBay US using Walmart. And this will help you create settings for each supplier that you're going to use. So I highly recommend that you start off with one. Don't try and focus on too many. Just focus on one at the start, and then you can always, start expanding on that in the future once you want to really just start expanding your horizons. And you'll be able to create settings for each one. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that your SKU is set up properly. Okay. Now the way to do that is what you want to do is you want to go ahead and click on. See where it says on the bottom left hand corner of the screen, see where it says list and export. Go ahead and click on list and export. Now over here what you want to do is for the lister and export at the top over here, you want to go ahead and fill these in. Select lister for single fetch. You want to click the file exchange lister for SKUGrid. Enter all your eBay details over here. Okay, your eBay username, eBay email, and then what you want to do is you just want to enter all the information, right? And then keep scrolling down. And then what it will do is it will ask you for settings, things like your business policies. So your dispatch time, your return time, returns accepted, yada, yada, yada. You just want to go ahead and fill all this information in. It's something that you would have filled in before. For shipping service, if you don't know the exact amount of days for the shipping service, you want it to match to what, say for example, I'm using Walmart over here. So you want to mimic what Walmart are offering. That way you're being able to give the most effective service to your customer. Maybe add an extra day or two, add an extra day just in case Walmart are slightly late on their delivery, so you kind of over deliver instead of under delivering. Where it says batch fetch and big product fetch, I would ignore that for now. Reason being is that's something that you want to look at in the future. Okay, at this stage you want to keep it simple. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people don't use SKUGrid or SKUFetch, because there's so many options available and they just get completely confused. What you want to do is use the most simple form of it, and then once you start becoming familiarizing yourself with how the software works, you can always come back and then you can read about it, and then you're going to fully understand. If I give you too much information now, what will actually end up happening is it's going to overly confuse you. And this is why you do have the Facebook group, because there are a lot of experienced sellers in the Facebook group. I'm talking about the masterclass Facebook group and the masterclass chat. You can always post a message in there and someone will assist you. But most importantly, you just want to go ahead and fill all this information over here. Okay, and you want it to match exactly as a shipping policy. So if you haven't seen the whole rest of the course yet, you wouldn't understand how the shipping policy works. So I highly recommend that you've gone through the whole course first before you actually get to this section over here. And once you've done that, you want to click on the next part, actually scroll down, you want to go ahead and click on save. And then the next thing that you want to do is ignore what's WiseLister over here. We're not going to be using WiseLister in this instance because we're going to be using eBay's non-API, which is through the Google Chrome extension at the top of the screen over here. Now, once you've gone ahead and saved that, you want to go ahead and click on this next part, which is export. And we're going to go ahead and wait for that to load up. Where it says export SKUGrid remote key, you should have picked it up automatically. If it hasn't, you want to go ahead and put whatever's in your SKUGrid remote key, or whatever's whatever you copied into the remote key in the Google Chrome extension. Export to SKUGrid on. Export compare items, leave that off. Check against duplicate in SKUGrid when fetching. So this will allow you to check duplicate items. Just so it doesn't allow you to, it will warn you if you're about to list the same item again. And that's important because you can't list the same item on one eBay account at the same time. You can't do that. However, if it's a bundle listing, then it's absolutely fine. So for example, if you were sending a toolbox, right? You can't list that toolbox, exactly same toolbox again. However, now if you're creating a bundle listing, a toolbox with the tool set, then you can do it that way. Export check my profits off, export Shopify app off, blah 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 blah, and click on save. And it's as simple as that. Now that we've created for the eBay US Walmart you know, this is the profile for eBay US Walmart, and you're going to create you know, a profile for each and every supplier that you're going to use. I highly recommend that you start off with one first, familiarize yourself with it, get used to it, get cracking with it and use it properly. And then once you become, you know, when established on that one, then you're going to easily be able to create another one and another one and another one. Okay, now you want to go through this section over here, the workspace settings. Click on price settings over here. Now what you want to do is, it's going to give you an option for the simple price setting, the easy wizard. Ignore the easy wizard, and when it goes to advanced formula, you just want the advanced formula to match exactly what you put on SKUGrid. If there's any blank spaces, don't leave anything blank. If it's blank, instead of leaving it blank, just put it as 0. Okay, and once you've done that, you're just going to go ahead and click on save. When it comes to templates, whether you want to use templates on your settings, on your listings or not, as default it doesn't have any templates on there, which is what I personally use, just keeps it simple. But if you want to use a template, you can go ahead and click on choose template over here, and then it's going to give you a bunch of options with a few different templates available, and then you can select whichever template that you want to use on your listing. So there's a bunch of, you know, variations over here, and it does also give you the option to add your own, which I'm not going to go into because there's so many available over here. The next thing is data hosting. Don't need to do anything over there. Templates, price settings, filters and formatting, adding add-ons, lists and exports, non-API listing settings, submit Vero report, Vero and blocked brands. Let's have a look at filters and formatting. With the filters and formatting, I'll put auto capitalize as yes, auto rotate image. However, I don't recommend that because I showed you earlier on in the tutorials in other videos how to create your own unique images, and I highly recommend that you use your own unique images. This stops eBay detecting that you're a drop shipper. Auto remove supplier hosted images, yes. Auto insert custom label, no. Just put that as no. And then there's another thing here is, when it comes to filters and formatting, so I'm using Walmart as an example, so we're going to look at Walmart over here. Now you want to select over here all the options that you want selected. If you want to select multiple options, then you could just hold CTRL and select multiple options. Okay, and you want to make sure that you use it specifically for the eBay, for the supply that you're going to use. I'm not going to go through a specific one because I know every single one of you are going to be using different suppliers. So for example, if you want to calculate shipping cost for zip code 11101, okay, then you can just go ahead and set it up like that. All right, and then once you've done, make sure that you scroll down to the bottom and go ahead and click on save. And really, this is kind of the main settings that you just need for SKUFetch. You don't really need anything else. I've gone through it quite quickly because, you know what, most of you guys, you probably would have already started drop shipping from China. You would have already understand how eBay drop shipping works. You kind of have a very good example of it, very good understanding of it, and now really it's just to take it to the next level. So it's just really adding on a little bit here and there, kind of expanding your platform, you know, not just drop shipping from China. Now you're going to be using UK based suppliers to sell to the UK market, or US based suppliers to the US market. Now on the next video, I'm going to show you how to grab information from a supplier and then get it listed onto your store. So let's go over to the next video.